Saturn Dreaming of Mercury is a third season Jordan-centric episode. This episode is based around the idea that Jordan is developing her gift, which is similar to that of her father's. Season 2's Midnight of the Century told us that Frank's mother had a similar gift, although hers seemed more like the gift that Laura Means had. But it told us that the gift can be handed down from generation to generation within the family. So here we see Jordan trying to struggle with her developing insight into the mind of evil.
Come on. Jordan, come on. Listen, you stop it. Please, leave.
Now, one criticism of this episode that seems to pop up again and again is the fact that it plays out kind of like one of those direct-to-video horror movies from the mid-'80s. Now, granted, they do kind of play on that a little bit and give you this nightmare sequence at the end of the episode, which is straight out of a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. But for the most part, there's a lot of supernatural stuff going on here that may or may not really make sense. Like, for instance, a ghost is trying to pass information to Emma Hollis. So it infects the FBI computer systems like a computer virus in order to change the display on every machine within the office. Sure, why not, right? Now, for people who said that Brittany Tiplady was a good actress, this is the episode for them. There's a lot that this little girl does in this episode that really makes her shine as an actress. I don't know what she's doing these days, but hopefully she's keeping her acting chops alive because she had it even as a child.
Hey. Hey, hey.
Daddy, I'm scared.
It's okay. It's okay.
One thing open to interpretation in this episode is the title, Saturn Dreaming of Mercury. Now, I don't understand a lot about astrology. I barely understand astronomy. I know there's a big ball of fire, comes up in the sky every morning, keeps me warm. And as far as I know, Saturn Dreaming of Mercury is about a mid-sized coupe looking for a 4-door hatchback. But I've been told that in astrological circles, Saturn Dreaming of Mercury can speak of someone who has a lot of intelligence and insight jumping to a rash conclusion. If you've got a better interpretation, drop me a note in the comments so that I can understand what the heck's going on with the title. But hey, the idea of someone with an insight jumping to a rash conclusion makes sense here. Jordan has an insight that there's something wrong with the family that moved in down the street. She assumes it's got to be the father. And through most of the episode, we're trying to figure out who exactly the father is. And in fact, she tells Frank this, and Frank begins to believe her, thinking that the father must somehow be the source of the evil. As the episode goes on, however, we find out that it's actually the son. The son is the source of all the evil, and the son is in fact Lucy Butler. Say what? That's right, Lucy Butler makes an appearance in this episode. A small cameo at the end letting you know that Lucas is part of Legion. Lucas, Legion, Lucy, you see how it works. If you meet someone with an L name, never trust them. But regardless, we find out that part of the evil of Legion has to do with trying to get at Jordan now. She's a target. So besides the fact that the Millennium group is trying to take her, Frank has another thing to worry about. Great.
Guess that doesn't surprise you.
You're looking for an explanation. I don't have one.
What did you see in that window before the house exploded? What did you and Jordan see?
I'm not sure.
That is such a lie.
Cheesy 80s horror riffs aside, I really like this episode. Wait a minute, I like cheesy 80s horror riffs. But regardless, I like the idea of the Frank Black insight gift being handed down from generation to generation. In fact, I would have been perfectly fine with a follow-up episode seeing an ancestor of Frank Black at the Salem witch trials. Doesn't really fit in the series, but it would have been interesting. Again, if you've got any ideas what the title may actually mean and it doesn't have to do with car logos, drop us a comment, let us know. Let us know what you thought about the whole episode. You can meet us on Facebook, you can meet us on backtofrankblack.com, you can meet me at my site, vglosers.com, YouTube, Blip TV, we're all over the internet.